So like I told y'all I was gonna find that screenshot and I would come back and do a video on it. You know what I'm saying? This dude is a trip. This dude is a trip. He says, I got a theory. Yeah, you got a pseudo theory. You have a pseudo theory that we're going to examine, right? And we're going to show the people, I'm going to show the people how this man right here is insecure, right? This person right above named Trey3350. He's making the claim that Malcolm X's mother does not look mixed. See, this type of stuff is the type of stuff they try to pull with me on social media, on Instagram. They try to, on social media, period. Do you know how many people, how many women, especially women, do you know how many women how many black women and mixed race women, even other mixed race women? Do you know how many black women and how many mixed race black women? Do you know how many of these women of African or black descent, whether they're fully black or mixed black, do you know how many of these women have jumped in my comment section, jumped into my DM messages to try to tell me that I'm a self-hating black man and I'm a colorist black man who doesn't want to be black, not proud of being black and all this other stuff? Do you know how many black women and mixed black women have jumped into my DM telling me that I don't even look mixed? I look just like a black person. Right? I guess because they're expecting me to have like a looser hair texture. I guess because my hair is like really kinky, if that's what you want to call it. And people got different words for it: kinky, nappy, coily, whatever you want to call it. I guess my hair is like really like afro textured so much to the point to where I guess they feel as though I don't look mixed because my hair is not, maybe curly enough or straight enough, or I don't know what it is. But I always thought I looked mixed. When I look at myself in the mirror, I don't see a fully black man. I see a mixed race person. Right? When I look at Malcolm, we're gonna examine all of that. We're gonna look at these people that they're claiming to be fully black. We're gonna look at them. We're gonna look at them, and then we're gonna compare. We're gonna compare their images to my images. Okay. Right? Now look what this dude said. He says, so I have a theory. During and after slavery, black women would get raped and just say it was the masses' baby. No. There's other factors that play a role in that, buddy. You also got to look at what the child looks like. Because I guarantee if the children were truly fully black, they would have known. Like nobody would have, like, you can't tell the difference between a fully black person and a mixed black person. If Frederick Douglass was truly fully black, nobody would have thought otherwise. Nobody would have assumed otherwise. Come on, man. Like, this theory just don't even, like, this shit don't even make sense. This shit don't even make sense, bro. At all. It don't. It don't make sense at all. Okay? It was well known Frederick Douglass was mixed race. This is why when he started off as a slave, he started off as a house slave, a house Negro. Right? He was a house Negro for a portion of his life because he was half white. That's how he was able to maneuver and do the things he was able to do so easily. Well, maybe not easily, but, easier compared to the next man or woman. that might have just been fully black. This is why he was able to get close. He was able to get close enough to white people in order to learn how to read and write and do certain things. Because he was able to get closer to the white folks. Okay, he would have never been able to do that as easily as he was able to do it if he was just a fully black man. He says Frederick Douglass was not mixed. Oh my God, man, this dude is sick. He just didn't know who his daddy was. It's like, I could say the same thing about myself, sir, because most people think I'm just black. Most people in this society, not everybody, some people think I look ambiguous. Some people think, or some people just automatically know that I'm a mulatto. Some people automatically know that I'm black and white. Some people just think I'm just a light-skinned black dude. A lot of people think that, right? Like I said, when I go on social media, man, they got so many people jumping in my messages trying to tell me that I'm a self-hating black man and I just look black. So, and on top of that, I don't even know who my father is. I mean, I met him when I was, 5, 6 years old. I met him like twice. But it's been so long that I don't even know what the man looks like. So you could basically say I don't even know the man. Because I really don't. I don't even know what he looks like. So it's like I could kind of like say the same thing about me, homie, because I don't really know who my father is. And on top of that, I even can admit that I am kind of like more on the black spectrum when it comes to mixed people. You know, mixed people come in a variety of looks, right? You got some mixed people that look a little bit less black than me, and they might look a little bit more ambiguous. Or you got some that look a little more white, right? I can acknowledge that I'm one of the more black presenting mixed people. And so was Frederick Douglass, but you can still look at Frederick Douglass and you can still tell that he was mixed. You can look at him and tell. You can look at his features. And we're going to look at that. We're going to examine that. We're going to examine these people that they're claiming to not be mixed. We're going to look at them. We're going to look at their phenotypes. And we're going to come to a conclusion. We're going to see if this theory adds up. Which one adds up? This goofy theory from Brother Hassan, or what the history says? Because the history adds up with these people's phenotypes. Okay? Sad, bro. Sad. Like, this is really disrespectful. This is the ultimate disrespect. It's the ultimate form of. You know who else this dude disrespected, and we're gonna talk about that as well. He also disrespected Bob Marley. If I can go find those screenshots, I'll come back and make another video. Right? He disrespected Bob Marley because Bob Marley. Right? And then you had a whole bunch of people in the comments disrespecting Bob Marley. And this is why if I was Bob Marley, I would have never did what he did, because even Bob Marley was, even he dealt with he dealt with more racism from black people than he did white people when you study his biography. But he was still trying to be like this super duper pro-black type of dude. But it's like, bro, you're dealing with more disrespect and more racism and hatred from black people than you are white folks. So why would you want to be pro-black? It just don't add up to me. It don't add up to me. Until this day, you got black people getting on social media in the hundreds disrespecting you after your death. After your death, you still got a bunch of black people disrespecting you. Why would you go out of your way to help people that don't rock with you? These people disrespect you every chance they get. I'm telling you, man. Telling you, bro, mixed people definitely need to stop being pro-black. ASAP. because it's not a good look. Because you know what these people are going to turn around and do? They're either going to disrespect you, or they're going to deny the person being mixed. They're going to try to come up with some pseudo theory, right? But Bob Marley, right? This man acknowledged that Bob Marley is mixed. Bob Marley didn't even know who his father was. He didn't know that man. And Bob Marley, you could say the same thing about him. Look at his phenotype. Like, he looks more black than he does white. Way more black. Right? So the same logic that's being used here, the same logic could be used for Bob Marley. Bob Marley looks more black than Malcolm X. And Malcolm X is technically more blacker than Bob Marley. Bob Marley looks more black than Huey P. Newton. Like, real talk, like he does. So that same logic could be used for Bob Marley, but this man was disrespecting Bob Marley because Bob Marley was with a white woman. And technically the woman, that so-called white woman that Bob Marley was with, and I guess they had a son, Damian Marley, the singer. He's still alive to this day. Technically speaking, that white woman was actually not white. She just had a white-looking phenotype. Her phenotype was that of a white woman. But come to find out, that woman was actually biracial. She was actually mixed. See, people don't even do their research. Well, I think she is, because her father, it says that her father was Jamaican. So maybe he was like a white Jamaican. I don't know. But even if she was a fully white woman, she definitely had a white phenotype. But at the end of the day, y'all were, all of his followers were in the comment section talking about he was cheating on his black wife and doing all that. First of all, he had multiple women. Most of his women were dark-skinned black women. And they were saying stuff like he was abusive and he was a cheater. And first of all, he was a Jamaican Rastafarian. If you understood and if you studied Jamaican Rastafarian culture, then you would understand that Rastafarian men, many times, because it's a part of their culture, they practice polygamy. So that's what Bob Marley was doing. Bob Marley was following his culture of Rastafarians. And he was practicing polygamy and creating an empire, because that's what kings do. Right? But beta males, see, that's what alpha males do. But beta males like Hassan, they sit on the internet and disrespect people that he would never disrespect in real life, because Bob Marley would have probably smacked the dog shit out of you. Honestly. Malcolm X probably would have smacked the dog shit out of y'all too for talking like this about his mother, because at the end of the day, that was a part of his story. He probably would have felt like y'all are disrespecting my mother. Like, she went through a traumatic event. She went through something that was traumatic. Right? Even Malcolm X even said it in his biographies, that his mother was mixed and that you could clearly look at her phenotype and tell that she was mixed. Malcolm X also admitted that his white ancestry and white genetics were clearly shown through his phenotype. Even Malcolm X even admitted that in one of his biographies. So really, y'all are just being disrespectful. Y'all are really disrespecting these people. All right, but that's what they do. That's what Pan-Africans do, because they're a disrespectful group of people. And that's just what it is. Now you see, this is another mixed race woman right here. This woman is mixed race, trying to stick up for Dr. Umar, the same dude who's still begging for... And we're going to talk about Dr. Umar next as well. We're going to get on him next too, because we already know what's going on with him, still begging for donations. But anyways, and the man, grown-ass man, talking about he only got one bank account. That's crazy. Man, come on, man. How you 50 something, about to be 60 years old, and you only got one bank account? Boy, you sad. But anyway, let me read this comment from this mixed race woman. Look what she tells me. Look at this, man. Look at this comment, dude. Look at this shit, man. All right. Look at this. Let's go ahead and let's look at this comment. She says, what's her name? Joel, whatever her name is. She says, I think you are a colorist. So she thinks I'm a colorist simply because I'm defending myself. So because I'm defending myself from the racist pro-blacks and pan-Africans who hate my guts just for existing, and now I'm a colorist because I'm defending myself. Meanwhile, these people are calling me half mixed breed Neanderthals, and they're calling me mutts and mutants. They're calling me everything they're calling me mutants and mutts and science experiments. Like, literally, this is the type of shit that these people be telling me. These pan-African pro-black people, they call me mutts, they call me science experiments and all this stuff, and monstrosities and all this, right? But when I start to defend myself, we get other mixed people, specifically the women, because it ain't the men. It's these mixed race women, right, that want to defend the people that don't like you, right? And you want to go against me? And see, this is why mixed people in America will never have anything as a collective. Let's be real, man, because the women ain't rocking with us like that. Only a small handful of the women is rocking with us. Majority of the mixed women, they not rocking with us. They're actually willing to go against us, to go defend people like Dr. Umar. Like, real talk. And y'all are seeing it right here firsthand. She says, she thinks I'm a colorist and racist against my own community. So the same community that doesn't even fully accept me in the first place, and they never did, right? And it's always been like that. It's always been a, they'll accept me when they feel like it. And then when they don't feel like it, they'll just kick me out, then bring me back in, and kick me out again. And it's like, make up your minds. What do y'all want? Y'all rocking with me or y'all not rocking with me? All this back and forth, wishy-washy type shit, I'm not with it, man. It's either you rocking with me or you not. So I'm not with the whole one day we cool, the next day we not. If that's the case, then I'm gonna just remove myself altogether and say F y'all. Simple. Because that's fake. That's fake right there. That's telling me that y'all are using me. Y'all are using me. And when you're done using me, they'll just discard of me. Right? Because that's what mixed people are to the black community. We're just work mules. That's it. And when you're done working for these people, they'll toss you to the side because you're no longer needed. That's the reality. But anyway, she says, and you say that you're not black. No, I never said that I'm not black. I'm just saying that I'm not fully black. I'm half black. I'm mixed with black. But I'm not just a real authentic black man. I'm not. And we're not gonna sit here, right? I just had a black girl, right? She from New Orleans, right? She just recently jumped in my DM not that long ago. She been following me. We've been following each other for years. But she decided to get into my DM talking about, oh, no matter what they tell you, you're still black. Look at your hair. And it's like, what type of stupid comment is that, man? I ain't tell her nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to hurt her feelings. But, no, I'm not black. I'm not black, man. And she from New Orleans. So you from the same state as me. We both from Louisiana. And you know what it is. You already know. You know, in Louisiana, of course, people refer to me as black. But before they refer to me as black, you know what I'm referred to as? Usually, black people refer to me as either high yellow. Either they call me high yellow or they call me red. And for the women, red bone. For the men, they'll just call you red. And then they'll call me black. Right? But I'm high yellow first. Right? So that's basically telling me, low-key, that these black people really don't see me in the same light. Like, they don't really view me as black. Because if they did, they would just call me black. They wouldn't call me red and high yellow and all these other little nicknames and stuff. They wouldn't be calling me that. They would just call me black. Right? So I'm high yellow. I'm Creole. I'm mulatto, whichever one you want to call me, that's what I am. And that's what I identify as now. I'm not identifying as black. So, but like that girl that I was talking about, the one from New Orleans, the one that was, she jumped in my DM basically like, and the energy she was giving off was like she has like I guess she's like having the assumption that like I'm hurt by people telling me that I'm not black. It's like, sweetheart, a good chunk of, majority of black America still refers to me as black. Like, most black people still will acknowledge my blackness. So I'm not hurt by a few black people telling me that I'm not black. And I really don't care, because even if majority of black people didn't see me as black, I'm not hurt. Like, she came into my DM with the assumption that I was like hurt or something. Like, I don't care, because black people are at the bottom of human society. So I don't care if I'm not acknowledged as being at the bottom of human society. I don't care. You're at the bottom. So I don't care. I don't want to be at the bottom anyways. I want to be at the top. Right? I don't want to be low. I want to be high. You know? So I'm high yellow. I'm not black. And that's how I'm rocking it. That's how I'm carrying it, baby. Let me finish reading this comment. She says, you're not among the other light-skinned black people that identify themselves as black. You're right. I'm not like them. I'm not kissing ass. I'm not doing that. I don't kiss ass. That's one thing you're never going to catch Creole Chief doing. One thing you ain't never going to catch Creole Chief doing is kissing ass. I don't kiss ass, man. I don't kiss ass to make anybody feel good. All right? We don't do that over here. I don't kiss ass. I'm not a work mule. I'm not a punching bag. I'm not none of that. I'm not like these other light-skinned black people. You know why? Because these other light-skinned black people, they have low self-esteem. They have no self-respect. So they're willing to be a punching bag and a work mule. And they're willing to not even acknowledge that they have another aspect of themselves that is not black. Being black is just one aspect of themselves. But they don't even have the self-respect to even acknowledge that. I got too much self-pride and too much self-respect. So I'm going to acknowledge who I am completely. I'm not just black. I'm black and white. I'm African and European. And I'm proud to admit that. I'm not ashamed of it. And I'm not going to let these pro-black Pan-African people make me to be ashamed of it. It's not happening. Because then what they're doing is they're teaching you to hate yourself. Just like this woman, she's mixed, and she's not even willing to, and I can tell she is just by looking at her phenotype. She's not even willing to admit who she truly is, because she really doesn't love herself. She only loves just one aspect of herself, and if you only love one aspect and you dislike the other aspect, then you don't love yourself in totality. I love myself in totality, baby. And I'm sorry that angers you. She says, you're not like the other light-skinned black people that fight for the community. Yeah, go ahead and let them keep fighting. Like Malcolm X. Who killed Malcolm X? Dark-skinned, fully black people, right? Huh? Who killed Huey P. Newton? A dark-skinned black man, right? Dark-skinned, fully black man, right? Okay. So what am I fighting for again? You damn right. I'm not about to fight for a group of people that don't even respect me. Fighting for an entire group of people who have zero respect for me as a human being. That's crazy. That's wild. She says you're just lost and mentally illness, full of self-hate for not wanting to be black. Let me give y'all a little backstory. I talked about this before in some previous videos. When I was a kid, right? I'm not gonna go into full detail. But when I was a kid, I wanna say I was about 11 or 12, maybe 10 or 11. And like 12, around them ages. I went to this elementary school. Long story short, it was like a suburban type of, you know what I'm saying, like elementary school, all white kids. I think there was like, man, they all together, man, from what I remember, and it was so long ago, but from what I remember, there was only 3 non-white children in the whole school. It was me. It was like a little black girl. She's a little bit younger than me, but it was a little black girl. I remember going in there, and her father used to come pick her up. I guess he was like some type of military man. I remember that. It was a little black girl. You know what I'm saying? Her military father. You always used to see him come to the school. I remember that. And then there was one other kid. He was like, he was East Asian, but not like a Chinese or Japanese. He was real like dark skinned, but you could look at him and tell that he was like Eastern Asian. So he might have been like a Cambodian, or that's kind of what he looked like. I think that's what he was. I remember his name too. His name was what was his name? Frank. Was that his name? That might have been his last name. Man, it's right on the tip of my tongue, man. Damn, I had him on Facebook too, a while ago, but I lost it. Man. But he might have been like Cambodia. He was some type of Southeastern Asian, like a Cambodian or something like that. And we were the only 3. And I regret, because me and that dude got into a fight, me and that kid. And looking back at it, I regret it, because you had some racist white boys in that school, low-key little racist little white kids up in that school. And now looking back at it, me and that dude should have never fought. We should have been clicked up. Like, we should have been like, you know, like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? We the only 2 non-white kids up in this class. We need to stick together, you know what I'm saying? As people of color, you know what I'm saying? Looking back at it now, but at the time I didn't care, because I was just a kid and I was just mad, and me and that dude got in a fight. But anyways, during that time, right, it's a lot of self-hatred started to form in me. Like, being around that type of environment, it made me feel bad about myself. Like, it made me develop, I guess you want to call it, low self-esteem. Like, basically, I wanted to be white. Basically, long story short, I wanted to be white. Right? Being around those types of kids, at that time period. I guess it just caused me to have low self-esteem. Seeing how, all these kids, and one of those kids that I was friends with, he actually, 20 years later, this man hit me up on Facebook. I got him on Facebook now. He hit me up on the messenger. He hasn't messaged me since then. I tried messaging him, but he never messaged me back. But he messaged me on Facebook like 2 years ago, like 20 years later. He just randomly out the blue hit me up. I'm like, damn, that was a shocker to me. But I'm glad, that he was thinking about me, you know what I'm saying? That was my real good friend, man. But like I was saying, being around those types of kids, like it caused me to develop like a self-hatred about myself. Like I just wanted to be white. I wanted to be like everybody else. A little suburban white kid with a mother and father at home. 2-parent household, middle class or upper class family. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be like them. You know what I'm saying? And same thing when I was around the black kids. I just wanted to be black because I always knew I wasn't really black. Right? I always knew I wasn't really black. But then, a period of my life, I started getting around a different group of people. I started getting around Dominican people, Puerto Rican people, Cape Verdean people. These people are mostly, not all of them, but most of them look just like me because most of them are mixed race, multi-generational mixed race. Then I started hanging around these types of people at one point of my life. At that point of my life was the time of my life when I actually felt accepted the most. I felt the most comfortable because everybody thought that I was one of them. Everybody thought I was either Puerto Rican or Dominican or Cape Verdean. So I felt right at home. I didn't feel like I don't fit in or, even then I still felt like I didn't fully fit in because obviously I don't have the same culture as these people. But just going off phenotype alone, everybody thought that I was just one of them. So that was the most comfortable I ever felt. That period of my time is when I had the highest self-esteem as a kid. When I was around fully black people, my self-esteem would drop. Being around fully white people, kids, that would cause my self-esteem to drop. Because I know for a fact that I don't fully fit in with these people. I was even able to see that as a kid. I don't fully fit in with these people, man. You can clearly see the difference between me and them. I don't fit in with these people. That's the reality. That's the cold-hearted truth for your goofy ass. Even as a child, I was able to see these things. So I'll be damned if I try to deny it being an adult. Now, to end off the comment, she says, you don't do anything for the community, so don't put yourself in those black men's shoes. See, that's where you got it wrong, sweetheart. I've done a lot for the black community. I've tried to, and it's gotten me absolutely nowhere. The same way it got those men nowhere. Where did it get Bob Marley? Nowhere. Where did it get Malcolm X? Nowhere. Where did it get Huey P. Newton? It got these people in early grave. These people are in the graveyard now. They all had an early death. Some of these men could have still been alive to this very day. Malcolm X could have still been alive right now. Bob Marley could have still been alive right now. All these men, Huey P. Newton could have still been alive right now. Where did it get these men? Where did it get me? Let's talk about where it got me. It caused me to go broke. It caused me to get evicted from my homes. We talking about years ago. It caused a lot of drama and chaos in my life, trying to do shit for the so-called black community. That's where it gets you. So you know what I do now? Now, I focus and worry about myself. I don't give a damn about black people, because at the end of the day, that's not going to get me nowhere. I got to worry about myself now. I got to love on myself now. Right? That's true self-love. True self-love is when you make sure that you do for yourself first and foremost. When you're focused busy on trying to help other people without helping yourself, that's not self-love. Not at all. Not to me. Maybe to y'all it is. To me it's not. Feel me? Look at this comment. It says, my parents failed me. My parents failed me. The world sees me as nothing but just a black man. Sweetheart, I've been around the country. I've been from state to state. I've been all over the map, right? The only thing I haven't done yet is gone overseas, but I am going overseas in a couple months. I'm going to the Dominican Republic for the first time, and that won't be the only country I fly to. I'm going to go to some other countries as well. So, I'm a traveler, so I know for a fact that this is a lie, but you can go ahead and keep on telling yourself the lie if it makes you feel better at night. But at the end of the day, that woman, the comment that I showed y'all from that woman, the first comment, right? When mixed people do things for the black community, it gets them nowhere. It gets them disrespected. You got another dude on he's mainly on Instagram, Shaka Bars. Some of y'all might know who I'm talking about, Shaka Bars. He's a mixed race dude from the United Kingdom. He's from the UK, right? He's in Africa. He's traveling all over Africa, doing all of these good things for black people in Africa. Right? The man can't even acknowledge, right? He has trouble acknowledging the fact that he's not really a black person. I look more black than Shaka Bars. Some people done told me I look like Shaka Bars. I mean, yeah, we do look similar to one another. We got some similarities in our features. But I honestly think I look just slightly more black than Shaka Bars. Just slightly, just a little bit. Right? My hair texture is a little bit more coilier than his, or however you want to say it, nappier, coilier, kinkier, more afro textured, whatever you want to call it. But I think I look just a little bit more black than Shaka Bars, not by much, just a little bit. And people are constantly disrespecting Shaka Bars, constantly disrespecting him, constantly telling him he's not black, constantly calling him white boys and all this and that, and all types of derogatory names these Pan-Africans be calling Shaka Bars. But you know what Shaka Bars does? Shaka Bars will get mad at me. Shaka Bars actually blocked me on multiple of my Instagram pages for simply calling him out. So these other people can disrespect you. They could call you white boys and mutts and all that, and you ain't got no problem with that. But as soon as I come out and say, hey man, you are a mixed race person, have some self-pride in who you are. Now you want to catch a hissy fit. Now you want to block me. Right? Now you want to catch a hissy fit. I went on his live stream one time. He invited me to join the live, but I declined. I'm not about to join your live, man. Because you catching a hissy fit right now. I see you catching a hissy fit, so no, I'm not joining. Calm your ass down, and then maybe we can have a discussion. Right? But since you want to catch a hissy fit like a little girl, no, I'm not joining the live. You can block me if you want. Go ahead. Go ahead, boy. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Mixed people who are pro-black and they do shit for the black community, they get disrespected. 25-8, 24/7. They get disrespected all day long. And I'll be damned if I put myself in that same position. No way in hell.